how to get to 3K a day, 5K a day, 10K, 20K. Guys, I get the question all the time. But if I currently ask you, like, is your business prepared to do such numbers? Like, is your business prepared to do 30K a day, 20K a day? You will probably answer me no. And in this video, we're going to discuss exactly what it takes to build a consistent and sustainable business so you will reach 15K a day, so you will reach like 20K a day. And in this video, we'll talk exactly about the supplier trap, about the cash flow that comes with it, the backend systems, and also returns and sizing. And guys, if you want to build a sustainable business and you want to do numbers month after month, make sure to watch the entire video. And let's begin with the first topic. So guys, I see a lot of people, and I mean like a lot of people with the supplier trap. Like what happened is, like, a lot of you guys maybe are fulfilling with you know, like a CJ dropshipping, or maybe already a private agent, but like what's really important is quality. And of course, like when you're doing fashion, quality should be top priority. So please don't come to me, guys, with these 3D ass printed items with, for example, fake leather, fake cashmere, fake this, fake that, bro. Like, I don't care, don't sell it. Like, the moment you start to sell shit quality, the moment you're not optimizing for at least Zara quality, at least, then it ain't gonna work. Like, your refunds and chargeback will go crazy. What I want to tell you guys with the supplier trap is, like, there is a process before you even launch your product. There is a process before you even decide to scale your product, right? So before you even test a product, it's really, of course, really important to know, like, okay, does the factory image look like the product? What is the sizing of the product? What are the prices? So you are not going to run on a too low price. Like, you have to change the price and your optimization is immediately fucked after 2 days of testing. You also don't want that. So the moment you know, like, okay, the factory image at least looks like the product, you know, okay, the sizing is like this, like, you know the measurements, you already agreed with the supplier, like, okay, we're going to send out at least 2 sizes bigger. And you also know the correct pricing, like, that's already a good thing. A lot of people already miss this. Like, the moment you're getting a factory image and it doesn't even look like the product, then you're fucked already. Especially when you sell in UK, when you sell in US and that kind of stuff, you want to do this properly. And besides this, you also want to know the variance. You want to know if there's enough stock. The moment you know this, you're already ahead of a lot of the competition. Why do I say this? A lot of people are starting to launch a product and they don't even know the variants that are available, don't even know the stock and everything that I've discussed already, right? But the moment you're selling and some variants are not in stock, some variants are not even available, what's going to happen? You will get a lot of unfulfilled orders, especially when you're testing, for example, 5 a day, maybe 10 products a day, maybe 3 a day. You know, like, okay, I got maybe at least 6 orders a day, or 5 or 4 orders a day at least that are getting unfulfilled, because you're probably not keeping track of how many unfulfilled orders you will get. What's going to happen? Out of these unfulfilled orders will come a lot of chargebacks, and these chargebacks are chargebacks that you can't win. Why? You're just not shipping the product. You didn't even refund the customer or that kind of shit. So of course you're going to get chargebacks, and the moment you're getting more chargebacks in is the moment your Shopify will go down, of course, because, like, why wouldn't they block you? Like, you have a lot of unfulfilled orders, you're not even refunding it, you fucked it up already yourself. So this is already one quick tip, guys, which you should immediately implement into your business before you even test the product. Before you test a product, you want to check all of these things. If that's not in check, don't test. The moment you're already past the second testing day, test day 2, you want to get a deep quality check. So what do I mean with that? You want to get close-ups. You want to know the exact fabric. You want to see someone wearing it. You want to see, like you exactly want to see the product and how it looks in person. The moment the product looks like the pictures, the moment the quality is decent, the moment the fabric is decent, then you can just scale it, guys. Like, what's really important is, like, as a fashion dropshipper, you need to manage expectations. And a lot of people these days aren't doing proper expectation management, which means once you start scaling your product, you don't do all these things before you even scale your product, you you know you will fuck yourself up. You will know you get a lot of chargebacks. You like all of these things, guys. Last but not least for this topic, once you are at least 1 or 2K a day, make sure to get custom packaging. And this is again for expectation management. Like the moment they get custom thank you cards, the moment they get custom, you know, like branded bags, like where it's packaged, the moment they get, for example, branded labels in the clothing, it will be such a different experience than their getting a fucking trash bag with, you know, some clothes in it. This is so important, especially for your refund rate over time, for your chargeback rate over time. Those things are so much overlooked, and the things that I've already discussed here in the supplier topic, like a lot of people are not keeping track of it. Like a lot of people are just not doing it, which means their backend is not optimized and built to scale. And like guys, this is just a simple tip, so please make sure to do so. Secondly, the cash flow. Guys, the moment you start scaling, right? So let's see as this graph. What's going to happen is your revenue is going like this, and your cash flow is probably going like this. Why? Like let's say you have 10K in your bank account. And you start scaling. You're already, for example, here at 8K a day. You know, like let's say you're doing 8K a day. You know you have to spend maybe 2K or 2.5K a day at least on ad budget. You know you have to pay the supplies up front. That's another 2.5K. So you will have to burn like 5K a day in cash to do like 8K a day. Like the moment you start scaling and and you only have 10K, for example, payout times of 5 days. So you know like, okay, I can only spend 2K a day. Then you know you're going to be in big trouble. Why? To begin with, you've already went above the ceiling of Shopify payments in a short amount of time, and that's around 3.5 to 4K. Like let's say you have a fresh store, you go down because you're spending that much, which means when this happens here, so you cross this limit, you know you're fucked. You know you're fucked. Why? Shopify will or hold your money or will place a rolling reserve, and your cash flow only goes down, which means after maybe a few weeks or maybe 1 week or 2, you will be out of money and you will be out of business. So guys, this is really important. It's also like, it's really important to keep track of your balance. And I also use a sheet for this. Like you need to know exactly where your money is at what time. So what's in your bank, what's in your Shopify balance, what's in your PayPal balance maybe, what's in your ad account, what's non-liquid. So maybe you have a hold, you have a rolling reserve. What's in it right now, your total balance, and also the open invoices from your team, from your supplier, from everything needs to be in here. So you know you're exactly like what your total balance is like, and what your overhead is as well. And that's really important, guys, because the moment you're not keeping track of your balance, the moment you don't even know how much money you have, and you don't know how high you can scale, like then your business is just not built to scale. You don't even have the cash flow maybe to go to 10K a day. And like what's really important, guys, in this game is to have a sustainable business. So please, if you have a fresh store, don't scale immediately to 20K a day. Especially don't do it on Shopify payments. You would rather do it slowly, so keep it around like 4K a day and keep increasing your revenue by 20% every week. And eventually you can handle 10K a day, but not the first month. Guys, believe me when I say this. So please make sure to do this properly, to do this right, and don't fuck yourself up in the process, please. So guys, that was the part about cash flow. So guys, right now I'm going to talk about the third and the fourth part of the video, backend systems, returns, and sizing. Guys, what's really important eventually is you will need to break down every reason why you will get a refund. You need to break down every reason why you might get a chargeback. So let's begin with the following. So let's say you will get a few chargebacks because it's a high risk order. What do we do for high risk orders? We make sure where we have our chargeback prevention to also turn on automatic refund for high risk orders. For these orders, you know, that are $400 or $500, you will probably like get a refund, like big chance. So make sure to automatically auto refund it. Like this is really important. Like it's really unbelievable how many chargebacks you already get just because of high risk orders. So please make sure to do so. Secondly, like what do we have more? For example, we have product not received. What's the solution for this? We've already talked about a few things like with the unfulfilled orders part, right? So make sure to not get unfulfilled orders to begin with. Secondly, we always use good email flows. Like these email flows make sure that the customer always stays up to date. So they will complain less, they will not send you a message, they will not charge back because their product is not received. No, you guide them exactly from A to Z, from okay, you've ordered this item and right now it's being shipped out, it's almost there, it's delivered, or something went wrong in the shipping, it's at the pickup point. Like every little detail should be in your email flows. The customer should be up to date. When something goes wrong there, you will immediately get a product not received chargeback. You will get more issues, and these kind of chargebacks are so easy to solve. And especially when you combine these things also with a customer support that replies within 48 hours at least. So don't come to me like, okay, Rick, I think my backend is in check, but you have response times of 5 days for one customer. Guys, you cannot do that. So please make sure to have a good CS agent or agents that reply fast, that are working in a timetable, so they take turns. So please make sure to do so. Like this is really important. The moment that this is 5 days, you will lose a lot of money. You will lose a lot in chargebacks and any refunds. So make sure to do so. Secondly, like what can we do more? Like we also have, for example, chargebacks, product not as described, or we also have, like product damage or something like that, like this. For example, this is something you can fix with your supplier. Like if something is really broken or they've received the wrong color, you will get a refund by the supplier and you can just send a new one for free. But make sure to contact your customers, make sure to contact them first. Like when your customer service replies fast, you will get less chargebacks. As easy as that. And product not as described, that all has to do again with quality checks. Guys, like what's really important, a lot of things in the backend can already be solved in the front end. So like what I already talked about was like, okay, do good quality checks, need quality checks when you're beyond the second testing day. Like something as small as simple as that can already prevent this. And for example, some flows in place before you start to scale can already prevent this. It's so easy when you think about it. And also with the fulfilled order stuff, when you already quote, see what variants are available, you will get less fulfilled orders, means you will get less chargebacks. And when you combine this with auto refund high risk orders, having good email flows, having overall decent quality, having fast communication in your customer service, and you combine it also with a chargeback prevention system, guys, when you're not having these kind of things in place, like not even the things that I've discussed in this video, but because there's always more to it, guys, then you're not going to make money. So if I ask you right now, like, okay, is your business positioned to do 50K a day? Most of you motherfuckers will say no. It's not positioned well. It's built to fail. It's built to fail nevertheless. And why? You need your backend to match. Like you first skill a bit in the front end, then you skill to your backend, from your backend to your front end. Like that's eventually like what matters most. That's eventually like what's going to scale you to like really high numbers, and especially consistently. So please make sure to use all these kind of things. And also with sizing, for example, how do we deal with sizing? Make sure to always have good size recommendations on your products. Also make sure to communicate with your supplier really well, like, okay, please send 1 or 2 sizes higher than the customer ordered. So for example, on your product page, you should always have, a size recommendation where you say like, okay, the sizing is small, make sure to choose 1 size up, and then with your supplier, you also agree to send like 1 size up. So then combined, you send 2 sizes up, and then the customer is also up to date about the sizing, and you send the right sizes out. And when you combine that with good packaging as well, with good custom labels and that kind of stuff, it will be a way better experience for them overall, especially when you do good quality checks, guys. That's really important about the returns and sizing. So guys, and this is already the end of this video, like scaling is not as simple as just pushing a few buttons, scaling a bit here and there, maybe serve scaling. No, it's also about backend. Like the only reason that my stores are alive for a long time, that I don't get a lot of payment holds as a lot of people do, is because my backend is in place. And if I ask you right now, okay, if you would process, you go from 5K to 20K a day in 1 day or 2 days, can your business handle it? And can your cash flow handle it? And can your backend handle it? And if the answer for that is no, then please guys, don't do it. First get your backend in check, then get rich, then get that money, okay? And guys, if you want to learn more about backend, more about how my exact strategies work and exactly how to scale beyond 10K days, make sure to check out my inner circle in the link in the description. And then I'll see you guys in the next video. Ciao.